See, are we good? Cool, we are good. Sweet. All right, welcome everyone to tonight's episode of Carpe Noctem, A Touch with Shadow. We've made some changes, and we're happy to thank our tech support. Um, she did it all, and she's amazing, and the stream wouldn't be as cool as it is without her. So, you guys want to show your gratitude to her or whatever, put her in chat, just like shout her out or whatever, if like doing something cool. But with that out of the way, we have our YouTube going now. Actually, like I'm not kidding. um, this is not a drill. We got our YouTube up and we're starting to backload episodes. So if you want to go and check us out there, let's bring that account up as well. So therefore we can get some traction there too. We would all really appreciate it. Um, Next note to contend with is content warning. This is going to be a graphic stream. If great bodily harm, blood, manipulative behavior, and otherwise kind of unseemly things that vampires would do, that makes you in any way uncomfortable, then definitely look out for yourself, and come check us out later. Or, it's okay. Just look out after yourself. So, like I said, explicit content ahead. I think that's pretty much it for starters. Just like I said, if you want to follow us on YouTube, that'd be really cool. We're 12 people away from our 100 follower goal on Twitch. That's fucking awesome. I will still wear fake chits on stream. We just gotta figure out the details with that because that's coming. I think that's it. Hunter game in the works. We're still ironing out the kinks of the time, but we're looking at Wednesday, probably a little later on at night than we normally do. But stay tuned for that. With that, all of the caveats and the whatabouts and the additions out of the way, we'll get into the stream proper with recaps. We'll start with, let's mix it up a bit. Let's start with Colton.
So would you like what we did in our little flashback, or which one?
We can do I would focus on the last session, but I would be also okay with the little flashback too. We can do a little bit of both, you know what I mean? It's up to you. Whatever you think is relevant.
Well, we had first Colton Sticks and Clan Hakata. We had a bit of an argument while weathering down a storm. And it did look like we were going to go our own separate ways for a while, but after a month in the adrift in the sea of the threads of fate, we all just got stitched back together a little bit. That's right. About it.
Okay. Simon.
Simon Graham. Playing Gangrel. Last time, ever since our last little spat, I regrouped my coterie and to enjoy a nice interrogation and a visit from an old friend. But frankly, it's not the same. Or at least isn't for me. And honestly, I don't want to play the game of trading favors. But Ark's little emergence. But
I didn't
frankly,
catch that last part. If you want to repeat it, I'm sorry.
yeah, I said Mark's little emergence brought some ideas to my head, but frankly, I'm not too keen on going back on the ground on one of these misadventures. And before everything ended, I ran into a weird man with a mark on his face who called himself Tally. A nice little warning of being told the coterie would die screaming. And that's not a problem. That'd be all for me.
All right. Crimson.
Crimson Rose, Clan Toreador. After a heavy argument, the coterie went our separate ways. I ended up finalizing that deal with Ballard and getting my own club. Well, it's technically not mine, but still, after a while, we all met up, talked, found a little rat I dealt with, and then Mark showed back up to give us some information, a lead maybe, on where the cult is, on where we could find Damien, Marcus, or Veronica. So I've just been planning and prepping. Hopefully we leave soon.
Tony. Unless you had anything else to add, Crimson.
I did not.
Okay. Antonio Moreno. People call me Tony. Clan La Sombra. The last time we left off, we just gotten out of Elysium with the skin of our teeth, and almost on brand for our coterie. We get into an argument, particularly myself and Simon. At the end of it, we weren't really actually able to reach any resolution. We came to the conclusion that we would be going our separate ways as far as the things that we have to do and the ways that we go about them. So everyone went off and did their own things for a bit. I reestablished a new bar. Its new name is Fortuna. I put Isaiah as the owner of this place. Put in some security to make sure that this thing that happened at Paradise didn't happen again. See how that goes. Met up with Mr. Sunshine. Had a conversation.
You haven't had that conversation yet.
Oh, excuse me. Haven't had that conversation. Redact that. But a month has passed, and we meet up again at this new club that Crimson owns. It's called Shadowheart. Whatever. I don't know what these kids name their things, but that's not my business. Anyways, first thing we got to her place, we walk into an interrogation. Apparently, someone snuck in and did something they weren't supposed to. It's her place, it's her business, it is what it is. Next thing you know, Mark shows up and gives us a hint as to where the cult may be. Problem is that it's a labyrinth, and I'm not too keen on those kind of things. Don't know much about them. Then he offers a proposal to Simon, and I'm like, you know what, Ash, I'm out of here. I shoot the shit with you, placing bets on what he's gonna do. And we didn't get an answer. Well, we did get an answer. I lost the bet. I gave he was money, and I just got up and lost time with him. Really asked him like what he did for me. Turns out he has a wife. Asked him if his wife believed in God. She told me that she was Italian, and I'm like, okay, I understand. We left the rest of that time away. That's all I got. Yeah.
All right, Hugh.
Man, Clan Tremere. Last time we all met up at Rose's Club, but I had been busy laying the groundwork with different contacts, and now I have a harpy on my side, which is always a good thing. Get a little bit of contact information, we exchange things sometimes. Last time, Mark finally showed back up. I've been missing his lily white ass. Wondered where he had gone off to this whole time. Turns out he had been as busy as us and came in stressed. Hey, I went out with Tony. We had a good long chat. Shot the shit a little bit. At that point we heard yelling, and I got some nice money off of him. We also made plans for how to deal with this cult. Set up a stakeout and see if they're coming out or maybe they're trapped in. Hopefully, things don't go so badly that we blow up the entire, let's say, subway system in Chicago. Or sewer system. Either way. That's all I have.
Alrighty then. Anar.
Anar Navi, Clan Malkavian. And so after Elysium and during the break, Anar was tending to some of his usual tasks, restocking his medicine cabinet and trying to find his sire Robert, who remains elusive because now that he's met all these new kindred and is dealing with the visions and things that he sees, he was hoping for a bit of guidance, but none was to be found yet. So, leading to the meeting at Crimson's club and witnessing the interrogation, and then Mark showing up and speaking of the location of the cult and a note, and then Anar struggling with a premonition around the note that was more confusing and hazy than normal. And that kind of sent him into a bit of a dark place, so he left and went back to his parlor, but realized that Colton was following him home as well. So Colton was treated to a little tour of Anar's small corner of the world and taken into the basement where he got to meet Anar's herd, his 3 dreamers. And they were going to work on some new mixtures that he would give to these 3 individuals.
So, on that note, we can do one of 2 things. Either A, we can move on to the next night, but I also know that Anar and Colton, you had some things you maybe wanted to do. Would you like to do those things? Or would you like to roleplay through that? Or would we be comfortable moving on to the next night?
I'm comfortable with moving on, but if people want to continue to explore down there, that's fine.
I was going to say, personally, I'm kind of interested in seeing what they'll do. That's my opinion.
Well, chemistry takes a while. We could do some rolls and pick it up.
Yeah, both of you roll me. Oh,
Yeah, what's the roll?
I was gonna say, if you could roll me, both of you roll me some intelligence, science. I believe those would be the rolls given for doing something along those lines. Let's see here. Yeah, I would say either intelligence, science, or intelligence, craft. I would allow that as well. And that could be for both of you. So no successes from Nar. And then, yeah, let's see here. 3 successes from Colton. So, as you're tinkering around and you're trying to mix the chemicals together to maybe get a favorable result, and Nar, you don't really have much. It doesn't quite speak to you the way it normally does. While your previous work is more assertion and trial by error, kind of dabbling with things. Colton, however, as you kind of begin to start seeing a pattern between the poisons that was used and the drugs that were used on the lupine at Elysium, and some of the chemical structures of the some of the substances that a nar has, and you're able to kind of fashion in an effective dose that it kind of would work like a very strong tranquilizer, more or less. With 3 successes, that's about what you get between the two of you.
That's interesting. You know, you seem to have a bit more skill in this than I do. I guess sometimes I just listen to what's happening in my mind and hope it works out. But I'm impressed.
Well, I'm sure the heights attained by such things are a little more than I could imagine. It's how the Chinese invented gunpowder, after all. This should be adequate, I think.
We could try introducing it to the third if you like, or if you want to keep this for yourself. I would also be fine with that.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that you wanted to use it on your herd, so renege that that previous description, mixing psychedelics and whatnot. You'll have to pardon me. I should have asked for clarification, but as you think that you have, like I said, a very strong hallucinogen that essentially, Colton, that you're reasonably confident that it would make the target go berserk. Probably the opposite effect that maybe Anar wants. But still perhaps effective.
So what do you think? Should we give it to the third?
Well, he's your third. If you had no use for such an aggressive component, then I could probably find use for it.
It's not the usual effect I'm looking for, but I guess I'm open to trying new things. But perhaps it could be used on one of the people that we're looking for.
All right. What as that scene more or less? Oh, Colton, did you want to take it, or did you want to leave it with Anar?
Colton thinks a moment whether it's safe keeping a flask on him, considering the sort of trouble he gets up to. He'll sort of lift his hands up and take 2 steps away from it and gently bow his head to Anar as though conceding it to him. Where's Cat?
It's fine. I'll take care of it, but I'll just make sure I label it properly so I don't forget what it is. And with that, I'll attempt to bottle it and label it, Colton's surprise.
Wonderful. So on that note, as this scene kind of fades out, as we end that scene, I need everyone to make me a hunger check for the next night. We'll start with, have you guys already done it, or wait a minute? Okay, Simon. Okay, cool. We'll do Simon, Tony. Tony, you do gain a point of hunger. Simon, you do not. Colton. You also gain a point of hunger, Colton. Let's see here. Simon, Colton, Crimson, if you'd be so kind. You also gain a point of hunger. And then Nar. You also gain a point of hunger. And Hugh. Perfect. And you also gain hunger.
Is this broken? Be honest with me.
No, it's not. So, as all of you awaken into from your havens, I imagine each one of you have your own safe house or your own place of residence of where you slumber. The day draws to a close as there's a soft drizzle and some mist upon Chicago as the rain isn't hard itself, but the wind carries the small droplets into what would be a faster kind of almost aggressive wind. As all of you awaken, you would all awaken to the pitter-patter of rain outside, depending on your havens, of course. We'll start with Simon. As you awaken the night, you're in the little safe house that you have cleared with Rosa Hernandez, the gangrel primogen. Her little reward to a good soldier and investigator. The light is dim as you see the workbench to your right as you awaken from the small cot. And there's like a single kind of ceiling lamp that casts a dim amber glow upon the small safe house. Arthur kind of he was otherwise laying next to the door. He kind of trots over to you, and he lays his head on your leg. Almost his ears perked up, tail wagging, almost asking to go outside.
I'll pet him and grant his request.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. As you go outside, we'll get back to you in a moment. Colton, are you at your, would you be at your haven, or would you have crashed with Anar?
Anar seems to have his own appointment, so I think I would have probably bid him adieu and maybe headed out to the hospital. That's probably where I would wake.
As you do, you would not hear the rain. Just you waken in a dark basement where retired medical equipment waits to be cannibalized and sent to the junkyard or resold somewhere. I imagine you would have a burner phone for some of your contacts, correct?
Necessity's probably forced me to acquire one, yes.
Yeah. You would see that there's a message from Sean. An unread text message on your phone. As you open it up, and the blue light kind of casts some interesting shadows over your profile. Looking at it, you can see, hey, you hanging out at Shadowheart or whatever? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
I don't exactly last long at the club scenes. I'll send back.
Gotcha. We should talk soon. Smiley face. With like the two parentheses.
I think I'll just ambush him at one of his usual haunts instead of replying.
Okay. I imagine you're off to the vape shop that he works at then.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. We'll go Tony. As you awaken, the beast stirred within you. You feel the longing of blood. Your mouth almost feels dry and empty, desperate for it to be warm. In your Spartan apartment, you would hear the pitter-patter of rain behind your blackout curtains as you have slept. And then you'd hear a little gust of wind.
During this time, like, am I still waiting on the shipment of weapons towards Crimson's place?
I imagine so. You could. I don't think your pager can send messages, or can it? I don't think it can.
No.
You could.
So, go on.
We'll actually put a pin in that then. But actually, while you're waiting for that page, what are you doing? What's your morning routine look like? Or your evening routine, for lack of a better phrase?
If nothing else, I'll be like patrolling the neighborhood. Checking up on Fortuna.
Yeah.
Seeing on how that's going.
Yeah, give me a wit streetwise.
Okay. Let me see my numbers really quick. It's gonna be boom and boom. I hunker 2, so 2, 3, 4, 2.
Oh wow, that's 6 successes. As you, what are you looking for, if you don't mind me asking?
Miscreants. People that aren't usually in this area. Don't normally frequent this area, to see if they might cause something different to happen in what's normally Little Italy at this evening hour.
Sure. We'll get back to that in a moment. Crimson. Where do you sleep at your club? In the basement, maybe?
Yeah, I can imagine there's a small storage closet she's converted into a room.
As you awaken, one moment. You feel similar to what I described to Tony. You feel a little empty inside. You can feel the melancholy in the beast stir as you long to sink your teeth into something. What do you do when you awaken?
Just reflect a little on everything she's been through and then snap out of it and go up to the club.
As you do, you walk in on an argument between your ghoul and Tim. You see she looks exasperated. The club appears to be closed, and she looks annoyed at Tim, and she's just like, if we are not open, we can't get more funds for Ballard, and we have deadlines to meet. You can't just store all of your shit right here. And you just see Tim, yeah. You know, it'd be easier if little Miss Princess didn't sleep downstairs. You don't want to wake her up.
What is going on?
And you would see just a kind of a loose arsenal of crates, and like some military grade or higher than military, like Pelican cases of stuff, just kind of taking up the stage, or at the very least somewhere off in the corner stage and somewhere off in the corner. Well, you got what you asked for. I was able to get the stuff here earlier than I thought.
Thanks, Tony. Tony? Sorry, Tim.
You see, he looks a little annoyed as you call him Tony. And
I'm sorry.
he purses his lips. Whatever. So, you got what you asked for. I expect to be reimbursed.
Of course.
Well, it's all here. You break it, you buy it. Ammunition is pretty much the only thing that you'd cost. If I brought a couple pounds of C4 if you really need it.
You
I
never
wouldn't,
know.
though. Unless one of you know your way around explosives.
I personally don't, but I'm really hoping it doesn't come to that.
Well, do you need anything else? I can stick around if you want.
No, Tim. Like I said, you deserve a day off.
Adorable. You think that after this I'll have time for a day off. I got a lot of other stuff I need to attend to. I just haven't slept over 2 days. He looks at his watch.
There's a room downstairs if you need sleep.
He just walks out, putting his hands in his pockets. If you need me, you know how to get a hold of me. I'll be around.
Got it.
You see Iris looks at you like, you agreed to this?
It's a complicated little mouse.
I think we need to get maybe a room downstairs designated for like an armory or something. We can't have all this stuff out here. What if someone walks in?
Question.
I mean, doors are locked, but
I have that room downstairs where I was interrogating that girl, yes?
yeah, you can move all the stuff down.
Yeah. I'll move it down there temporarily. I'm moving it downstairs. And the second I do, we can open. I know we have a deadline. Trust me, I don't want to upset Ballard.
She gives like a relieved sigh. Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Is there anything that you need? Do you want me to get a hold of anyone?
No, little mouse, just keep running the club. You're doing a wonderful job.
She gives you a warm smile beneath all of the scars. And she goes back up to her office.
I start moving everything down.
Yeah, and do you get a hold of anyone?
I do. Don't know if I can send a mass text, but
yeah, you probably can.
I can. Okay, yeah.
Everyone but Tony would get it, but Hugh probably would need to send the message to Tony.
Even though Simon seemed like he didn't want anything to do with it, I'd still send it to him.
Hugh, as you awaken with hunger itching at you, clawing at you, as your beast stirs restlessly as you awaken, what does your evening routine look like?
Hugh is gonna wake up almost like a corpse might wake up, very, very still, and just open my eyes. I'm gonna stare at the ceiling for about 10 minutes, thinking about everything that went down at the club, everything got talked about, and I think for the next 10 minutes, I'm just gonna yell, fuck, 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 really loudly. And then after that, I'm gonna get up, check my phone to see any messages, make sure nothing else went down.
Yeah, and Crimson, what would you have sent to everyone?
I would have said, supplies are in. Club may be empty. Meet in the basement.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot Crimson a text and say I'll be there in about an hour, and I'm gonna send Tony a messenger to his pager And I'm gonna be like, club 1 hour. Because that's probably all that thing could handle.
Yeah. We'll put a pin in that. Anar. What do you do when you first awaken? As you feel
So
beast kind of itch at you, you almost wake up to like multiple of voices, almost being overwhelmed by the web.
yeah, so as Anar wakes up, since it wasn't explicitly said, we did not go into Anar's private chambers. And so as the camera like fades into this room, it's fairly plain. Like there's just a small cot in the middle of it, and then just a chaos of loose sheets of paper scattered on the floor that are piling up in corners, and every square inch of the wall of the floor has writing on it, pictures, diagrams. And so with the hunger building in Anar and the difficulty of the visions as he like comes into consciousness again, he would just start speaking to himself, being like, now's the time, just let it out, let it out, let it out, let it out. And he would start laughing and yelling and like running over to the walls. And after hearing the labyrinth, he would just be making mazes on the walls, almost uncontrolled. And like things flowing, everything that he's heard, it's just being written down, grabbing sheets of paper and writing on it. And it's just frantic as everything that is in his head, he's trying to put it out into the physical world to try and purge it quickly from his mind. But it doesn't really work. There's only one thing that works, and that's trying to go to one of the dreamers and slake his thirst.
Before you do that, roll me a wits composure.
All right, that would be. Where is composure? There we go. Okay. Magic dice.
With 4 successes, excuse me, you're able to maintain control of yourself, but you see as like all the stuff that's pinned on the wall, you see all the ink begin to melt around, and you'd see like almost a mouth with like fangs, and you just hear, "What are you up to, buddy?"
I'm keeping clean and stable, just like I always do, just letting it all out here. So
It looks pretty messy to me, man. You should clean this up. What would
It
your
all has
mom
its
say?
order. I don't know. I haven't talked to her in a while, but I like where things are in here. Everything has its place.
Okay. Good for you, man. And with that, like as you blink, the blotted ink that was making this mouth is gone, and you just realize that you've been talking to this wall.
He just kind of bring his hand up and kind of pat the wall a bit, maybe smearing some of the fresh ink or whatever that was on the wall, and then seeing that his hands are dirty, like picking up paper and wiping his hands on the paper, and then kind of getting a little bit too fascinated with the marks that he made on the paper and if it means something, until like he can feel the hunger clawing at him again. It's time to go out.
Yeah, as you go out, and is there a specific way you feed off of these dreamers?
Going into one of the rooms and closing the door, because Anar prefers there to be no one around. And he didn't check for Sven because he's a little hungry right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's normally he just enters the room, closes the door behind him, and then would almost like kneel next to the bedside and feeding from like there would be an IV in one arm that's feeding the serum into the dreamers, and so in the other one that does not have it, that's where he would feed off of the wrist.
Yeah. So as you sink your teeth in the dreamer, you feel a melancholy, almost a sentimental, almost with a tinge of fear, supplementing that taste. as it swirls in your mouth, you get the sensation that this dreamer is having some really, really dreams of feeling powerless, and that slow surrender to, is it shadow? Darkness? A feeling of aimlessness, feeling lost. And suddenly there's a flash of dark, inky walls that as you touch this wall, you'd feel almost a liquid, but then you pull your hand away and there would be nothing. And that's when you snap to after slaking your one hunger.
And so after finishing that, like, he would set the arm back down and just kind of like almost pat the head a little bit and be like, I still believe in you. You haven't found it yet, but get there. And then he'd leave and go look for his, he would have a burner phone too, to check and see if there were messages or if Sven had contacted him or anything like that.
Yeah, Sven waits for you upstairs. It seems like he's about to see a customer. He looks at you. He's like, "Sir, we have a customer here. Do you want to speak with them, or I think I can handle it?"
I think you should practice your skills. You take this
Of course. And I took the liberty, if it's all the same with you, I took the liberty of checking your phone, and I definitely noticed that there's a meeting planned.
Well, I suppose it's okay that you checked it, but just make sure that the phone is downstairs where I can find it next time.
Of course. Yes, sir. Yes, master. Anything I can do.
All right. And then I would, take the phone, or if he has it with him, but check to see what this meeting is.
Yeah, and you would see the pass message of like, "Hey, we'll be there in an hour," essentially at the club.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then he'd start collecting his things to make his way out. So collecting his case, and so he would take Colton's mixture as well. So the Colton surprise would be in there along with the syringe, and then his usual bottle of hallucinogenics.
Perfection. Moving over to Tony, with your intimidating, with your 6 successes that you would see here, you would see there's all types of hoodlums around. There's some that seem to be vagrants who are tripping balls. Obviously, your average Chicago experience. And as you kind of near, well, what is this club? Remind me again, Fortuna, right?
Yeah.
As you get closer to Fortuna, you would see definitely something out of the ordinary. You would see what appears to be a man in a biker jacket, torn jeans. He looks rather, other than his appearance, he looks really normal. Like you almost would have missed him had he not been standing right next to the door of Fortuna.
But as it is right now, he's not really causing any trouble now, is he?
No, he's just leaning on the wall, arms crossed, kind of scanning, looking for someone, it seems.
Okay. I'll raise an eyebrow, and then I'll approach this gentleman. Ask him. Excuse me, sir, is there something you're looking for?
You?
Me.
Yeah. Cool place he got here. You see his voice doesn't quite match up with his rather ordinary appearance. It sounds rougher. Like meat being scraped on concrete.
Well, if you know who I am, I think we should just skip the formalities. Formalities.
Yeah.
Shall we walk and talk?
May I was gonna ask you if I could feed here. If we're skipping the formalities.
Well, before any of that, I gotta know who you are. Let's walk.
Oh, yeah. I don't really do names. I'm not really on a name basis.
What do you want to be called?
Call me, whatever you want. I don't care.
Okay, stranger. I'll just call you stranger.
Yeah, I'm just looking for, I'm here. Okay, I'm cutting the bullshit. Khalid is pretty mad at you, the Nosferatu Primogen. He wants me to spy on you. I'm not really into that shit. I just want a place to feed. Figured I'd ask you first, get permission to be in your domain. I figure giving that up front, maybe we can strike a deal or something. I can trade some info. I can give you some back and forth. Maybe start. You're the head honcho in this hood, right?
Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, they're saying that don't fuck with you.
I appreciate that sentiment. I'll look him up and down, and then can I see his teeth?
They look abnormally normal.
Okay.
Like very, very plain brunette, short hair dude. Very plain face. No remarkable features, really. A little long in the tooth, maybe. Not literally, of course. Looks a little dirty. And as you guys round a corner almost to an alley, he takes a step, and you see, like, almost in a ripple, you'd see a very contrastly, a very ugly face. He looks like his face looks gnarled, almost like he put his face through a wood chipper. There's obvious gashes around that seems to be kind of leaking this kind of pus, and sharp, really mangled teeth. That looks like it cuts his lips on the regular. So like there's all kinds of scarring around his lips. And you see there's various, like I said, gashes being held together with staples? You had to guess?
Yeah. And I would say, well, stranger, I hope it's of no offense to you, but this establishment that I run, or excuse me, that I own, has a dress code, and unfortunately you don't fit the dress. And the other thing I'm concerned about is with your, and then I'll just wave my hand up and like this, like towards his face area, and like with your current disposition, I'm not sure if the people that you feed on would leave uninjured.
No. Trust me, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I promise it's okay. It's just think of me as just your, maybe I can even do some work for you as a bouncer or something,
I stopped to think about it, and then I
you killed Jimmy, right?
I'll raise my eyebrow. Yeah, I did.
Holy shit! See, that's why I'm interested. You seem like you're tough. I want to make a name for myself.
I shake my head, just a little disappointed. Trust me, son, that's not what you want to do. It's not as great as it looks to be. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of you don't have a lot of free time.
Yeah. We have all the time in the world, literally.
And what do you think I'm doing right now?
Hopefully not wasting.
I'm watching this little plot of land that I own, always nervous about something going down, watching over the people that I care about. Is that something you want to worry about?
Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. You give me a place to feed and make a little exception for your little dress code, and I'll watch the neighborhood for you. Free you up a little bit.
And then I'll say, how about this? You free tonight?
Kinda.
All right. How you feels? We go to one of a tailor shop I know. A gentleman, I set you up nice and pretty.
Oh,
Get
it's
you
gonna get messy. It's gonna leak everywhere. It's just kind of gross and
your suit is gonna leak.
yeah, it's like see these gashes. I don't know how to stop them, so I just kind of staple them closed.
Huh.
I mean,
Serious
they don't.
question.
They're incredibly painful, but you know, I'm able to hold them together, but it's still kind of. I just bought this this outfit from like Hot Topic like a week ago, and look at it now. It's gross. It's disgusting. I'm always traipsing through the sewers. You know how it goes, Nosferatu and shit.
No. So then, as I'm listening to this, I take out a cigarette because I feel him like dragging on, and I'm like, okay. Well, listen, buddy, I'd love to help you, but you gotta understand I run a classy establishment. It's not that
I
I
can
have
be
anything
classy.
against
See, I'm classy.
It's not that I'm against you feeding. Trust me, I would love getting more and more help, but I don't know.
Are you rejecting me because I'm a fucking Nos? Is that what?
No, I'm
That's
rejecting you because you're a fucking Nas. I'm rejecting you because you're dirty, and that place is clean.
I want you to roll me because this is now social combat. Really quick, I want you to roll me. What is your intention?
My intention is to kind of like set this boundary that I'm not going to let him cross. Like, hey, these are my standards for my establishment.
Manipulation, intimidation.
Manipulation, intimidation. Am I also including my stare down in that?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. I mean, if I'm intimidating guy, my goodness. Okay, I'm hungry too, so it's total 6. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 2. Boom. Wow, I suck.
Do you want to willpower any of those?
Yeah, how would I do that?
Just roll 3.
Okay, roll single 3. Wow.
Okay, 3 successes. He's gonna roll as well. The active kindred wins.
So then I'll say, look, listen, stranger, this is nothing against you. I gotta uphold these standards. There's a dress code. There's ways we do things, and unfortunately, I can't help you. I wish I could, but I can't. And the truth of the matter is, I wouldn't mind having more people work under me, but sorry, I can't help you.
You see, he looks offended. He looks a little scared. And just as fast as he revealed himself to you, he ripples out of existence entirely.
And then after he ripples, I would say this much as a closing statement. Because, this is my place. No, well, don't cause any problems. We won't have any problems. At that point, I imagine I'd feel my pager buzz.
Yeah. Now, go.
I would stop in really quick to Fortuna. I wouldn't even go to the bar. I'd just go check in at the door. I'd say my piece, say look out for her, and then I would describe the gentleman that I just met. Keep an eye out for that.
Of course, boss.
And then step out and head my way to Shadowheart.
Okay, cool. Simon, you would get this text as well. Walking Arthur.
I will stop for a moment and look at it, and I'll see it's from Crimson. I almost put the phone away. Then I remember what happened last night with the Mr. Tally. And I just surmised myself, might as well let the group know about it.
Do you start walking in that direction?
Well, I would send a text back, be there. Then, yeah, I'll start walking that direction.
Cool. Colton. How do you approach the vape shop?
Well, I was going to put the fear of God into my friend, so probably through the back.
Roll me a dexterity larceny.
That's just a 2. Oh no, wait, I have to roll myself.
Yeah.
Times are a change.
Is that two? Oh, yep, you rolled. So it's not a hard check necessarily. I imagine that you kind of pick out some like a bobby pin or something, pick the lock. It's not a complicated lock. You almost get a little frustrated with it. It takes you a little bit. So I imagine you just kind of like there's some locks that you can just like basically like a master locks that you can basically just smack, and then the tumblers will basically move to where you want. So after a couple thumps, the door opens, the master lock opens, you unlock it, and you stroll in through the back. You'd hear Sean, yeah, that'll be $50. Yep. Cool. Looks like everything went through. Here you go. Here's your card back. And how are you approaching? Are you waiting until the customer leaves?
There'd be like a staff room or something in the back, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna peruse over his things before I say hello.
Wits investigation.
Didn't know I had a point in investigation.
Aren't you at 2 hunger?
I am so.
Just re-roll that for me then. Growing pains and all. I'm not too worried about it. 3 successes. As you're kind of glancing over his things, is there any particular things that you're looking for?
Just I don't know, bug out cash, firearms, things like that.
As you're kind of going through like where you can obviously see that his coat maybe, and you open it up and you see a little small revolver with a internal hammer, so therefore it doesn't snag when he pulls it, like a little backup pocket gun, and a little 38 special, and then you would see a wad of like 200 cash. And as you're kind of going through, you can feel as everything else seems to be on him except for one thing. You see a little invitation, a small card. It looks to be cut out of cardboard paper with sloppy. It looks very sloppy, but you'd see the symbol of the cult scrawled into this little coffin-shaped card.
For reference, I've been loudly manhandling his lock, and I haven't exactly been trying to be quiet as well while I've been looking through. So
yeah, I'll roll a wits awareness for him. Yeah, you see, hey, who the fuck's in here? Hey! No reply.
I'll keep looking.
The door finally just fucking swings open, and he has like a Colt Python leveled at you, like a larger revolver, and he sees that it's you. He's like, "Oh, thank fuck! What the fuck, man? We need to talk about communication, okay? That's the key part of any team or any relationship. All right? Like, they're fucking bound. What are you doing in my coat, man? Get the fuck out of there."
Was hungry, man. I don't know.
Dude, you like eat people. I'm not a person. I don't want you to eat me, and I don't want you to eat my things, okay? I have no pocket hearts for you, all right?
Well, maybe that's something you need to change.
Oh my god.
Nah, just busting your balls. What's
Well,
this, though?
yeah, it's a fucking lead. You piece of shit. And he gives you a
And is that
little,
why we
like,
had to
little
talk?
witty smile.
Mhm. I think I'll roll insight on that, actually.
Yeah, go for it.
Not that I don't trust him, but
Okay.
so that was just wits insight.
You see, he's not being entirely truthful. His eyes start darting towards the door. Very suspiciously.
Oh, was that it? Was that all
Yeah.
you had to tell?
Yeah, dude. I think they're the cult, right? They had a meeting the other day, and it was in this underground like club, right? It's a club that some Nosferatu, all the freaks go. You know what I mean? And I was able to get a fucking invitation for you, man.
For this event that's already happened.
No. It's about to happen. I was.
About to happen. You haven't been to one before.
Of course, I had. I had to scope it out for you. I mean, not to any of the. It was It was a below ground. It was above ground club. This one's like the below.
Hmm.
Why are you looking at me like that, man?
I'm just worried about you going alone.
You know, I'm useful. I'm not an idiot. You know what I mean?
Well, we did. You did show your face. We attacked them at one point. Surprised they didn't recognize you.
Yeah, I mean, neither did I. Luckily, Damien wasn't there. You know.
I'm sure they would have recognized the big guy, Thin Blood.
Yeah.
But not little old you.
I'm a sneaky one. I'm a sneakster. And he gives you a light little punch, like a jovial punch to the arm, kind of like pushing you a little bit.
I'll be as solid as a wall.
And as he hits, you see he moves back a little bit, and he's like, "Oh, okay, yeah. You good?" Because, man, this is what you've been looking for, right? Like a lead?
Well, I skip a few steps sometimes. Get right to the biting. I'll roll intimidation there.
Yeah, go for it. Ooh, active.
Whoops, I forgot to add. Oh no, he's not a mortal. It doesn't matter.
So, tell me what you do to intimidate him.
I punctuate the word bite with a step towards him, sort of slightly raising my hands and slightly showing my teeth.
He takes a step back. What do you... you hear a gulp. A little bit of sweat beading on his forehead. Maybe you're jealous of that. Fact of still partially immortal. Look, man, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Like, I know you like to, get down. And as he gets closer, as you get closer, down and dirty. He just stares at you, kind of fighting back a fear response. Look, I don't know what you're trying to imply here. I'm your guy, man. Right?
And to think I called you off at Elysium, saved you from the lupines, when I could have just used you.
Look, I don't know what this is about, man. Just you could talk to me a little bit of. Remember we talked about communication. It's good.
So talk.
What about? You want to know what it's like to be a thin blood? Is that it?
Is that what's on your mind?
Look, I've just been doing what you told me to, like figuring out how they're recruiting thin bloods. That's it. And I got you a lead. This is what you wanted, right?
Yeah. I suppose you're right. Yeah, that recruiting method. Do you think it works?
Obviously, it does.
I'm inclined to agree with you. Seems thin bloods are easily swayed.
Are you saying I'm a turncoat? Man, I'm not. I'm no, Benedict Arnold or whatever the fuck his name is. I'm just a dude, man. I'm just Sean. Um, do you want to roll me an insight? I imagine you do.
Would phobias be involved?
No.
No. Okay.
Oh, he can't. Never mind. I'm silly. He can't do that. Okay. What do you say to him?
Maybe I'm a little too angry. Maybe I'm just jumping the gun.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm your friend, dude.
Well, you were the only one to stick by me out of the group. Guess that took a lot of courage, was it? You haven't really told me what you wanted out of all this. Well, I know you think the blood is important, but what do you want the blood for?
You said I could diablerize.
But what do you want? When that happens?
I don't want to be shat upon anymore, man. That's it. I fucking swear, man. What else do you want from me?
I don't want anything from you. I just want Marcus.
And I got him for you, possibly, if he's there. Man. You see his eyes are dashing around the room looking for something. It could be like an involuntary response, or could be genuine fear, or he could be looking for an escape route.
Well, if you're right, then I guess this was your last hazing. And I'll put my arm on his shoulder.
You feel him like tense at first. Yeah. No, I don't want to lose my job, so I need a little bit of income, so I'm gonna get back out to the front.
Good chat.
Yeah, and he goes to walk away.
Don't be a stranger now.
Me? Yeah, never. As he walks away, you can almost hear a sigh of relief.
I think I'm going to take his 32 and then I'm going to go.
38? Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah. So as you pocket it and exit, you'd probably see all the messages. I imagine you would head off to Shadowheart at that point. Or would you?
I would, yeah.
Okay. So what's going through your head as you're walking down the street from that interaction? Or would you rather keep it to yourself?
Colin's realizing he sort of was telling the truth back there. He doesn't really care about him. All the hospital staff, maybe he's been spending too much time building things up. And the real path of his unlife, what he's really doing is just destroying things.
So, as he lingers on that, we're going to do a time skip to the basement of Shadowheart. Club is in swing upstairs. There's not many people here. As you all make your way separately. Simon, do you bring Arthur?
Yes, I was walking him. She called me on the walk, so he's coming in.
As you Yeah, as you guys all make your way downstairs, you see Iris like text you, Crimson. Are there dogs allowed here? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
For 2, I think it is. And that dog's allowed.
Got it. And as you all go downstairs, you would see kind of haphazardly piled like like crates of what looks to be gear.
The edge of my mouth kind of curves up and quite disgusted at how the weapons are handled.
Yeah, this is open role play between everyone.
We need
Oh.
supplies. I got supplies. Pick your poison.
This is 4.
What is this for? Oh yeah, you weren't here. Or did you hear about the labyrinths? And the horde of zombies that might be down there. And the lupines everywhere. Do I need to go on? The list is kind of endless at this point why we need to be armed.
I mean, that's not the question I'm asking. Astro's best to be armed, but labyrinth, weapons, zombies. Are you seriously going into another hole? Mark points out.
I'm not going in. It's a stakeout.
Yes. Mark did say the cultists were underground.
Mm-hmm. And
Why
seeing
waste
as none of us know where Damien, Marcus, or Victoria are. Veronica?
Yeah, Veronica. That's
Every
crazy.
time, I'm sorry.
God forbid I actually introduced a character named Veronica.
I'm fucked, dude. I'm
Damn it, I did it now too. Victoria.
I'm fucked.
Big oof.
And anyways, seeing as we know where none of them are, this is the best lead we have.
Or an easy solution. I would say looking at the C4.
Do you know how to use C4, Simon? That's a last resort.
Could be the first. If they're all down there, why go down there and shoot them up or we just starve them out?
Do you forget the point where we need them alive? And if not alive, at least we need their bodies. And I don't think C4 is going to leave much.
And like I said, everyone's here at this point. So.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then I was gonna chime in, and then I was like, and the other thing I'd like to ask is, how good are you at demolition? Because we're doing this in the sewers. We're gonna still need above ground to stay above ground. You know what I'm
This
saying?
whole thing is to save Chicago.
You put C4 in a sewer and you've just created a bomb. There's no open air. You've just created a vacuum.
Listen,
Are you
Simon,
saying you want to blow up the sewers entirely, or?
I've actually never seen Hugh this mad. This is interesting. You have personal
Yeah.
experience, Hugh?
sounds...
I just look C4, a little bit past my time. Explosives, however, you put explosives into a small container that's semi-sealed. That's just what a gun is. That's just a bomb.
Listen, we can bring some
See what you
C4.
did
I'm not
to
saying
Hugh,
we
you
shouldn't bring
triggered his
C4.
PTSD. What you doing? What
As
are
a
you
I'm
doing?
not
last
saying
resort.
we shouldn't bring C4. I personally will be loaded up with C4, but just dropping it into a hole in the ground is a bomb.
Oh, I'm not saying we do that. Listen, Simon, I would love you there at the stakeout. I know you have a lot of experience doing being an ex-hunter and all, right?
Ex-hunter, ex-investigator, detective,
Yeah, right up your alley, a stakeout. This is great, right?
Hey, don't patronize the man.
I'm not trying to. I'm being sincere.
Yeah. Well, you want to do this or what, Simon?
What else do we know?
I haven't gotten any more information on labyrinths. I don't know about any of you.
Yeah.
Just that
'Cause,
everybody I've talked to said to not mess with them.
Yeah, the whole thing that Hugh said about this place or labyrinths last time is that you get into one of them, so you kind of get lost. It's kind of hard to find your way out. So we're under the impression that whoever is going in there either knows their way or they're trapped in there. Either way.
Because how many entrances did this labyrinth have? Because even if we stake it out, if we don't know, what's the point? We could easily miss where they enter
Well,
and where they exit.
And then I would say, well, unless if you have any other ideas or any other better ideas, I'm all ears.
What exactly does it say on the card, storyteller?
Yeah, it just says, come join our nocturnal festival. And you'd see the eye with an X through it.
Question for the storyteller: how much C4 is there?
Just a couple pounds, not a lot.
Just a couple
Okay,
pounds.
I'm gonna go over to the C4 and begin just loading it up in any single pocket that I have, trying to get as much as I can carry into my pockets.
I feel like Tim would have been smart enough to give us some duffel bags.
Yeah,
No, it's going as much as I can into my pockets before it goes into any bag. I'm just gonna be stuffing it in.
Oh yeah, I'd put important things in the duffel bags, but I'd also put some on me.
Jeez.
I'd load myself up with a couple things of C4 too. You kidding?
There's only 2 pounds.
Hugh will have taken all of it. Hugh will now just have it. First of all, tell me how you blow up C4 and I will.
Listen, in a panic it doesn't matter, but also
tell me how you detonate C4. Just tell me right now.
If we get separated, Hugh, and you have all the C4, how is that fair?
Just tell me how you blow it up,
if
and then
shit hits the fan, and I need to get out.
Look, I agree with you. You should have emergency supplies. I just want to know that you know how to detonate C4. So tell me how you detonate C4, and I will give you a pound of it.
I'll pull out my gun and point at you. I can show you.
Guys, I just got this place, please.
Don't worry, Rose, because he's an idiot. Guns don't detonate C4, but nice try.
Please, I'm tired of fighting right now. This is serious.
It is. But guns don't detonate C4, but nice try. And I'm gonna give him like a smiley.
You're not an idiot.
Well, while this argument is going on, Anar, you would be quiet. What's going on in your head?
So while you've all been arguing, Anar would make his way over to one of the crates, and he would be kind of like poking the different weapons until eventually, like, you know, he would grab probably like a handgun and maybe something more substantial and would be like holding them up like they're dead rats and just turn around and go, "This isn't my area of expertise. Which one do you think I should take?"
It's like a 1911 and a Glock.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, touch a tiger by its toe. That one!
So, like,
yeah.
Take the other, and like, just kind of like toss the other one back on the crate and go, "Can anyone walk me through this? I've fired a gun a few times, but I must say, it's, like I said, I'm usually better with other things."
Rose, teach him like I taught you.
You're funny, Simon.
It's at this point that you would hear the creaking of stairs, and you'd like as you guys would look, like the metal stairway, you'd see Tim walking back down. Rosie, okay, you're all here. Well, we have a guest at the club. She really wants to see you.
All right. Business is business.
Some chick named Jessica.
Oh. All right. Listen. All right. Listen. Simon, especially you, Simon.
Oh, not listen.
I would. Wait, you're trying to go upstairs?
See the visitor.
Tim is a pretty wide guy.
I would grab you. I would grab the back of your shirt and yank you back as hard as I can. Listen, she doesn't know the rest of you are here. I don't know what she wants. Maybe I should just go up.
Stop. I actually came here to warn you all of something.
Exactly.
That's
She
right.
doesn't know you're here. I don't want you to set her off.
It might be associated with this. Ran into a guy. I like a Tony, one of your kind. A Tally. He said, the colder your die scream. And also, apparently he's Jessica's response to what happened. Well, not Jessica's, Hudson's response to what happens.
I need you to roll me a wits, either politics. I will, Tony. I will also take. Is there history? I don't think so. I will take wits, academics. I will take wits. Let's see here. Wits, politics, academics, or politics, occult, and academics. Politics, wits, and politics, academics, and occult. One of those three.
Okay.
And
Okay.
wits.
Okay. I'm at 2 hunger. That's going to be a total of 5. Go. 3 successes.
4. Oh, yep, that is 3. So as you would know Tally by reputation. When people talk about La Sombra, he is the for lack of a better phrase, the boogeyman. You haven't heard that he was in town. Which role was that, by the way? Was it politics or
Politics.
Yeah. You know that he is an old kindred. Rumors are that he hunts lupines for fun, and he was definitely previous Sabbat. There's like a religious order that the Sabbat follow. Hold on one second. He is known as the Hound of the clan La Sombra, the Templar. He is someone whose a relationship with the Camarilla still hasn't been necessarily proven. But by reputation, he's been granted safety. Or he likely would have been granted safety if he's here in Chicago.
Okay. So then I'll pipe in and I'll say, raise my eyebrow and be like, the Hound. Okay, well, an individual who goes after lupines like it's easy. I don't see how that's a problem to us, Simon.
I'll say what he said, quote unquote. You guys have interfered with Camarilla business. That coterie will die screaming.
On what grounds? What have we done?
That's your mom.
Oh. So it's her fault. Right.
I guess at least doing extra feathers pretty well.
Well, last I checked, she's too busy doing a PR tour. So until that settles down, I can't really get in contact with her, can I?
I think that is her contact with us, Tony.
Say what?
I think that is her contact with us. Hitman.
Anyone else can also roll me wits politics on this guy. Except for you, Crimson. You haven't been around long enough.
Okay, I'm gonna do wits politics.
with 3 successes, much the same. He's kind of it's kind of difficult to believe that he is joining the Camarilla. But here he is. Hypothetically, of course, if Simon's telling the truth. You're from Europe, so you would know that he had some serious ties to some of the churches in England. You can only assume that he's over here in America because he is dodging hunters. And he doesn't want to be caught up in the Sabat shitstorm right now.
Hey, Tony, we should talk later.
Colton, you can also roll me if you want, and same with you, Anar. Well, I'm not sure if Anar would be like super dialed into La Sombra politics, but
No. And also, like, Anar's over there, like, mumbling to himself. Like, he managed to get a magazine in the gun, and now he's trying to figure out how to get it out. And, like, every now and then the barrel may, like, pass by his face, and he's like, oh, no, that other way. But, like, he's clearly struggling with this thing.
you know what? Roll me dexterity firearms.
All right.
If it's really low, it's going off. Okay, it doesn't go off. Okay.
Will I see this?
Yeah, as you see, you figured out how to get the magazine in, and then as you're like looking around, you're like seeing like there doesn't look to be a bullet in there, and then the magazine drops and clatters to the floor.
And he's like talking to the gun, being like, we have to work together on this. We're a team.
And you would hear whispers like, you're handling me all wrong. You gotta cock me nice and slow. Like you gotta pull me back.
Well, then keep directing traffic, okay? If you don't tell me how you like to be handled, then I'm just going to do it wrong.
This is not consent.
So
Hey.
I imagine I walk over and just grab that thing by the arm guards. What are they
The
called?
slide. The slide.
Not the slide. That part of it.
Upper receiver? No,
What do they call it? I'm thinking too much of the M16 platform. But anyways, yeah.
No, it's a
that part of it.
pistol. He's like fucking
Oh,
around
it's
with a pistol.
Yeah. I'll grab it on the just grab it out. Just give me that. And I'll check to see if the safety's on. Is this the Glock or is this the
This would
1911?
be the Glock, and you'd hear the screaming as Tony's pulling it away from you.
Yeah, and
You,
I'll
like-
look at him and I'll keep the barrel up and then like diagonal and then I'll push, the magazine release.
As you check the
then-
chamber, there's nothing in there.
Yeah.
But Inara, you would hear the gun whisper to you, I feel so dirty.
No. It's okay. He seems to know what you want. So just work with him, and I'll listen to him, and it'll come together one day.
And as you pull the slide back, from to check to see if there's anything in there, Inara, you would hear like a little moan come from the Glock.
Ooh.
And then as that
Something
round
magic.
flies up and flips, I'll catch it. And then put the things down. And then I'll just put my hands up and go like, okay.
Should I tell this Jessica to wait? You see Tim like annoyed, like waiting.
Listen, yes, you're right. We should not keep her waiting. How about this, Simon? I'll talk to her, and you go up on the balcony and just watch. Whoever else wants to.
I'll just transform. Fuck it.
And then I'll
Oh, what
say-
do you transform into?
Wolf.
I believe that's a rouse check, correct?
The club is the club full upstairs?
Full. There's
Imagine.
people here, but you would hear as like from up in the distance. Hey, you guys like matches?
No, okay. Crimson goes.
Yeah. It was a rouse check.
Yeah, do me that rouse check, please. Ooh, okay. You do not gain any hunger as you see. All of you would see Simon just kind of like, how does this transformation look? Actually, I'll let you describe it.
Well, He kind of caught me off guard here.
It's all good. I can describe it too if you want.
Go ahead, man, because I'm like trying to process my brain. It's not coming at work.
Yeah, so you'd see what do you want it to be more visceral or do you want it to be more ethereal like? It's up to you.
Visceral.
Oh yeah, you'd hear the snapping of bones as you'd see Simon's like clothes would slowly melt into fur as you'd see like hit like a lot of loud popping noises as his nose extends, teeth kind of elongate longer than they would normally, and it doesn't look like a pleasant experience. It looks very painful. Simon, I don't imagine this would be very painful to you, but to everyone else it would appear like this is horrific to look at as you see him slowly transform into this what kind of wolf is it? Is it just like a timber wolf, like a red wolf?
More like black fur.
Okay.
Hey, something more like or something like Rebecca's. Funnily enough.
Okay.
As this happens, can I turn to Anar and go, "You good, buddy?"
I think if we find the most simple one for me, that would be good. And then as Simon turns, like Anar would immediately, like shiny thing, and would just be totally entranced by the new wolf over there and would be like walking towards it with his hand out, being like, "You're so pretty.
He's not
Can I
good.
pet you?
He's not good.
Is it okay?" And like I'm walking towards you, Simon, like the hand out. So
I'm gonna slowly
pet
go
you
up
unless
to
someone
Anar
stops me.
too. I'm gonna slowly go up to you and try to just wrap you in a hug to get you to stop whatever the fuck you're doing. Just start patting you on the back like it's okay, bud. That's not a petting doggy.
Oh, you're so.
You see Arthur walks up to you and he just like head bumps you like dogs do, like to get your attention, like, "Hey, you can pet me, fucker. Come on."
Okay, I'll
This
give
is
it
a
to you.
petting doggy. You can pet this doggy almost as much as you want.
Okay.
Jeez.
Do you want to go look at the guns, doggy? Come on, we need to go look. And I'll be trying to like lead the dog back over to Tony and the gun.
So Crimson and Simon, you go upstairs. Does anyone else also go upstairs?
And I would say, hey, if Jessica wanted to see me, she knows where to find me. I'm just be down here with these things, see what you guys got.
Yeah, I want to stay and talk to Tony away from the other two.
Colton, what about you?
Colton wants to show Arthur the invitation.
He sniffs it, his nose kind of like flaring as he sniffs it, and he just kind of like looks a little disgusted, like it smells funny. Crimson and Simon, as you get up, you see Jessica and her kind of iconic. Her hair is down this time, and you'd see she's in her classic leather brown trench coat. As she her loud boots. She's definitely making a scene. Moving from like giving very superficial like critiques, like definitely disturbing other patrons. Like, this is just a copy of this one thing I saw in this. Oh, little Miss Princess is here. And
Jessica.
Wolf is company. You know what I
Please.
do to wolves?
No, but I'd love for you to tell me upstairs in my office.
Whatever you say, mistress of the house. And as she's walking upstairs, I imagine Simon's trotting behind. Iris is watching from the balcony, and you'd see as you go into your office, Iris kind of steps aside for you, and Jessica does a little like jolt forward to see if she'll flinch, and then like continues on. And so
Second the door shuts. Cut the crap, Jessica. What do you want?
I just wanted to check in, see how my favorite little shit Toreador is doing.
Mm-hmm.
She actually sits in your chair and puts her boots, like dirty boots, up on your desk.
I'll just walk up to the other end and just lean on it. with my arms, like kind of.
You know, I've been busy. What have you been up
Yeah,
to?
I know you've been busy.
Simon, while this conversation is going on, where are you positioning yourself in the room?
Well, I'm assuming she's on. This is gonna tell you what Rose is on this side. So I'm just skulking around, staring at this kid.
You keep some interesting company. Crimson, is this your guard dog?
Oh, isn't he beautiful?
Pick up some wolves in your time since the last time we talked.
Figured you had fun with them. I might as well too, right?
So what kind of wolf is it? One that I should behead? And
Oh, aren't you tired of doing that already, though? I mean, you can only use the same trick so many times.
All right, I'll cut the shit. I wanted to see what kind of Camarilla slut you've become. Selling yourself out to Ballard. Pretty gross shit, man. I expected better of you, at least. Well, insults aside, nice club. Come on, lighten up.
What do you want, Jessica?
Permission.
For?
To come visit you.
And why the hell would you want that? After all, you hate me, right?
I don't hate you. That's such a strong word.
You really want to hang around a Camarilla slut?
I mean, you're more so a Camarilla bimbo, gothic bimbo, but you have your uses.
Oh, yeah? You want to use me? Is that what I'm hearing?
I mean, that's what it seems. You're letting Ballard use you. You're letting your coterie use you. Sounds like you're a slut.
Well, how about this, Jessica? No. I know you're probably not used to hearing that word, but you can get the fuck out of my club.
Oh, even...
Unless you have any other information for me.
I do, as a matter of fact. You want Veronica, right?
Go on.
Oh, now I got your attention. Deal for deal. I need safe feeding ground.
Though you look fine about, you'd think you'd be fine. You could feed wherever you want. Big shot like you.
See, unlike you, I don't have a lot of friends. Figured it was time to start making some.
Really? After the Elysium, you don't have any friends? I figured you'd made a ton there.
That was fucking funny, wasn't it? Did you see the look on Jackson's face? I'm sorry, Kevin. Kevin Jackson. What a
Kevin?
That's his first name, man. What a fucking tool.
Crimson would hold back a bit of a laugh.
I'll make dog noises. Which
She
people would not
look over.
Would not be called to laugh or make a threat.
Like, I imagine it going...
Yeah, pretty much.
The way dogs do.
And what do you know about Veronica?
You want her, right? You want her served up on a silver platter.
At this point, everybody fucking knows that. How about you give me some real information?
That depends. I need you to agree first. This whole domain thing is taken kind of seriously, and I don't need you selling me out. You can roll me a wits insight if you want.
Yeah, I want to.
Go ahead.
Guys with in my furry state.
Ah.
You see that she looks kinda desperate.
You know, Jessica, desperation doesn't look good on you. I'm honestly surprised. I don't think I'd ever see that on you. For as much of a tease as you are and a bitch, You know, the one thing I admired about you was your strength.
You see, she kind of like bares her fangs and she like slams her fist on the table. Knife in hand, she just like stabs the table and she says, "You know what, Crimson? Not all of us can have shit handed on to us like on a fucking silver platter.
Handed to me. Handed to me?
This club isn't even yours."
You know what I've had to fucking sacrifice, Jessica? Actually, no. Why would you care?
Oh,
That doesn't
you want
benefit
to
you.
talk about fucking sacrifice?
I was simply untransformed at this point.
What the fuck?
Sorry.
And you see, like, as like knife in one hand, there's
Not
like
that perceptive, are you?
she pulls like her CZ 75 and levels it. The fuck, Simon?
Not the one I'm surprised with Jessica.
I'm trying to be nice to Princess here, and she holsters her gun and her knife.
What is
Go
with
down.
everybody fucking calling me up?
Well, maybe if you stopped acting like one.
Oh, okay, Jessica.
Look, I'm a simple gal. I want simple things.
Surprised you're not asking Hernandez.
Hernandez and I...
Or
we're
one of your Bruja friends.
Yeah, see, I have connects over there. I need someone in downtown.
Mm.
I need a place close to where things happen.
And why do you think I would want to draw that much attention to this place with letting you feed here?
I'll help with protection, obviously.
Put a big fucking neon target outside my door.
No, think about it.
Actually,
Hmm.
be kind of the point. Attention is the last thing you need, but it also draws out targets.
She lights a cigarette up in your office. Yeah, see? The fuckface is right at least twice a day.
I want to grab it from between her lips and just snuff it out on the table. So Veronica, right?
Yeah, Veronica. Do we have a deal or what?
I'm gonna need a little more information.
I know where some of her forces are all stationed.
Swear to God, she says underground.
Yeah, is it underground?
No, she's consolidating power with the Giovanni.
Can I see if she's lying?
I mean, yeah, you can try.
What am I rolling?
I'll do it too. Oh boy.
Go ahead and roll me.
What am I rolling?
Wits Insight.
I'll do it too.
One success. Do you want to burn any willpower? You can re-roll one of those dice.
Who are you talking to?
So Crimson, you can re-roll one of those dice. Simon, you can re-roll two.
Yeah, I'll re-roll. Is it a hunger dice I'm rolling or a regular dice?
No, just a regular dice.
Got it.
And Simon can re-roll two. So one more success and two more successes. Okay. We'll come back to this in a moment. My puppers kind of wants to go outside, so mind if we take a break? Take a quick 5?
Okay.
It's
Fantastic.
fine with me.
Um, Are we back? Okay, I know. I'm just waiting. Jesus. All right, we are back, everyone. So Colton, excuse me, Crimson and Simon. You see an intense look in Jessica's eyes. She doesn't appear like she's lying. Her level of smugness kind of denotes how honest she's being. Now we're gonna put a pin in that and move our perspective to downstairs. Colton, Anar, Hugh, and Tony are still downstairs.
So then I'll put my hands up like this, and then like to an arm, like take a breath. We're gonna do this step by step, okay?
Super focused on you, just like ready, like almost
Okay.
imitating you.
Good. Hugh, you had something you want to tell me about? So I'm gonna show him as I'm picking up the Glock 19 of like, the individual parts. I'm not even showing the individual parts. Just show him the functions, like how to do the thing.
Yeah, roll me an intelligence firearms.
Intelligence farm.
No.
Smart.
Excuse me. That would be Anar.
Ready?
Yeah, you're following. You figure out that this is how the slide works. This is how when the gun goes empty, the slide stays back, and you pull the trigger and you point it at the bad thing.
So just kind of like imitating you, and then as I'm like mumbling it, you're like, make the gun happy. The big guns are good. Yes,
Yeah.
I think I'm getting it. Keep going.
Yeah, and I'll just do a short do a quick short run of treat, never keep. I don't need to go over the whole thing here and know what it is.
You just hear the gun say like whisper to you, like as he's handling you, "I'm so dry. I haven't been lubed in forever."
So how do you make guns moist?
And I'll raise my eyebrow and be like, that's an interesting choice of words. These things probably haven't been serviced in a while. Well, shit. So I'll look around, look for a Mickey Mouse cloth. I'll lay it out on the table and I'll start breaking this thing down.
Yeah. Now you're super confused, Anar. He just broke the gun down. Now he's lost you.
So to the gun, I'll just be like, did that hurt? Are you okay?
It feels so good.
Keep going. It likes it.
And then I'll just stop. I'll put down the things and I'll slam my hand on the table. I'm like, and now do me a favor and shut the fuck up for the next 5 minutes. Thank you. So then I'll just start applying the CLP where it's supposed to.
Yeah, it's just moans every single. Now, Hugh, you mentioned you wanted to talk to Tony. It seems like as Anar has finally shut up, as he's kind of going through the motions of cleaning the gun. Now seems like a good time to talk.
So, Tony, you think Simon's lying about that?
What about fucking Tally?
Yeah.
That's a bold-faced lie if he was gonna. That's a bold lie if he was gonna tell one. Something about Tally coming to town and coming down to hunt us. That's interesting.
Take it from me, the best lies are rooted in truth. What if he said it wasn't the coterie that was gonna die screaming, but just Simon? And I'm gonna go over to the crates and just start looking through the various things that we have.
It's a bunch of AK-47s, a lot of surplus 7.62 by 39 rounds.
Pretty good. What do you think, Tony?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, why would they want Simon gone? I understand if you're fucking buddy. I'm sure someone's got a reason to want Simon gone. It's just...
He did threaten to hunt down Sarah Hudson in front of everybody with Jessica and made a bet on it at Elysium.
Yeah, I don't know why he had to do that. I think he could have just kept that a secret.
Because Because he's an idiot?
Yeah, his ego's getting in his way. I don't blame him, though. I understand what that's like.
He just needs to get patient.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'll tell you this: between a fight between myself and Tally, hey, that's a fight I'm content to admit that I'll lose. That guy's a legend. You know, they don't call him Boogeyman for nothing.
oh, is that what they call him over here?
Yeah.
Huh.
I'll start reassembling the gun, and then I'll slide check it.
Yeah.
Then I'll put it down, and then clean off the edges. Good as new.
The gun is like whimpering to you, Anar.
So while you're like, if you put it down on the towel, like not saying a word, but then like as you keep talking, Anar would like put his hands on the towel and like pull it in front of him, and kind of like get close to him and be like, "I will remember it all. Try later." Okay.
I'm gonna begin digging through like the crates with a purpose at this point and continuing to just like look through it.
Yeah. I'm also gonna
Like,
be doing
I'm-
the same. I'm also gonna be looking for particularly either Benelli or Benelli, excuse me, or a fucking Winchester.
What model Winchester? Like, what are you looking for?
That's a good question that I don't have an answer for.
Like a lever
Anything-
action?
Ooh, lever action. Nah, I need something that's quick, robust.
The
Lever
only
action?
shotgun, you see a Browning Auto 5 in there, and a couple Mossberg 500s. All look very bare bones, very basic. This is definitely from a surplus stash.
Okay. A Browning Model 5. Okay.
Hmm.
Does it have ducks engraved on it?
No, it does not.
Okay, sorry. Thank you, Google.
You're good.
I was like, yes. But, I'll inspect it, and I was like, I guess this will do. I mean,
Yeah, it's the only automatic or a semi-automatic shotgun that's there.
yeah. And then I'll just look for shells.
Yeah, there's plenty of 12 gauge slugs. You do run across 5 rounds of Dragon's Breath, though.
And then I'll just whistle, like, I can't whistle. But yeah, I'll do that, and then I'll just pick them up, and I'm like, I'll take those. How many rounds of Dragon's Breath?
5.
5, okay. Put them in my inventory. Let me just put that real quick. 5 round Dragon Breath. 5 rounds Dragon's Breath. Alright. Good stuff. Boom. Okay. Well, shit. I was gonna say, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say if Tally comes after me, I'm gonna lay down there and just take it, but yeah, the next question then is, are we held culpable to Simon publicly announcing that he's
You know
gonna-
you are.
No. And then I'd be like, And then I'd say, well, shit. Make my bed, I guess I gotta lay in it.
Colton, what are you doing? Oh, sorry. Hugh, go.
You can talk with the sheriff about this. Because if Simon shit the bed and you have to sleep in it, you may want to clean it up first.
Yeah. Yeah. Why can't it ever be easy, Hugh? Just one job at a time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, vampires, everything has layers. They're like onions.
A smirk will creep across my face. I fucking hate you, Hugh, that I understand the reference, you piece of shit.
Somebody once told me
Shut
that
the fuck
these
up,
guns might need tuning.
Now while this clusterfuck is going on, Colton, what are you up to?
Colton's trying to puzzle out a way to get Arthur to, maybe in the future, if he meets one of the kindred who's touched this invitation, that they might be able to smell it.
Well, if you knew a gangrel that had feral whispers. Now, putting a pin in the basement conversation, going back up to Crimson. Yeah, you'd see a certain smugness in her eyes as she kind of folds her hands and leans over your desk. Oh, by the way, Simon, I hope you'll have to forgive that little banter we had at Elysium. I personally just, believe it or not, wanted to keep you out of my business and keep it with the message. You know what I mean? I wanted to make sure that everyone knew that we weren't friends. Don't take it personally.
I'll just look at her. Expression unchanging.
So,
I just don't know, Jessica. This seems a little too dicey on my end.
well,
I
let's
feel
see.
like this could come and bite me in the ass.
Everything can bite you in the ass in this world, sister.
By us. Or by Rose, I should say.
Well, she's young. She's easily manipulated. I'm kidding. It's because we have history. I know that you and your little coterie, if I make friends, you guys are
Which aren't allowed here, by the way.
Your coterie isn't allowed here?
Your friends, Jessica.
No, you misunderstand. What I'm saying is if we can make friends, maybe like rebuild some bridges, you know.
What end?
To what end? I want Hudson, you guys want Hudson. That's simple.
Who said we wanted Hudson?
I think you want Hudson.
I'm gonna shrug. Can't say I don't.
Really? So I guess my coterie and your friends died for nothing.
Yeah.
I have something for you, Simon. If you want to bite, maybe talk to your little friend Crimson here. I know where Brigitte is.
I have a question. Don't have to give me a direct answer. You can insinuate it. Is it good news or bad news?
I'll tell you this, she's in torpor.
So bad news. I do over one. Look at Rose. Blah, look away. I'm not trying to drag you people with my problem.
Choice is yours, Simon. And Crimson.
Yeah. Crimson's choice. It's her domain after all.
Question for the storyteller.
Potential answer to the player.
Would I, at some point before this, know what Ballard's thoughts were on Jessica and her whole stunt at Elysium?
Probably not.
Okay.
Think about it. We're potentially at war with
Shut
lupines.
up! What do you think I'm doing?
You get lupine protection.
Guaranteed.
If I'm in the area.
Fine, but there's gonna be some rules.
Yeah? What kind of rules?
I don't want you showing your face here a ton. In and out. Get what you need, get the hell out. 2. Leave my ghoul the fuck alone.
That bitch is your ghoul?
Cut
God
the
damn.
attitude, Jessica.
She looks like fucking someone left her in the oven too long.
Do you want my help or not?
Of course I want your help.
Then leave her be. Third of all, don't go fucking sniffing around where you don't need to be.
So your friends are downstairs then?
Who said that?
You did?
Did I?
I mean, Your expression kind of gave it away.
I
Or
don't
they're
know about
somewhere
that one.
here, right?
Simon's right here. Yeah, he's my friend. If that's
I'll
what
raise
you
my
mean.
eyes. Is she?
Oh, calm down. I watched them come in.
Yeah, I mean the basement. Just don't fucking sniff around.
I can't promise that. How am I supposed to protect your territory if I can't sniff around? You're just being a little contradictory here, Crimson. And if our little relationship here is going to flourish and we make it to third base, you have to be honest with me. And we need to have
Your
an open
wet dreams, Jessica. Now, what do you know about Veronica?
Fine. She's parlaying, whatever the fuck that word is. She's trying to gain some Giovanni allies. And they have a little fortress that's in the middle of the woods. Apparently she had a bit of an oopsie poopsie with the cult. And they're gunning for her just as much as you are gunning for them as they're gunning for her. Everyone's gunning for each other. Does that make
You
sense?
know where exactly? In the
Go
woods?
to the woods.
Colton knows.
Oh, does he now?
Oh, yeah.
I fucking knew it.
He's a little bag of tricks, that one.
It's always the quiet ones.
I mean, I don't know if he knows that she's there now, but he knows where it is.
No, I'm assuming Marcus and Victoria, Veronica's have some conflict.
I don't know. It could be an act.
You heard anything about Damien or Marcus?
Damien has come up to ground a couple of times.
Where?
He's-
You know?
No, not specifically. He's trying to regain some numbers after some kind of fire or something. Apparently, some of his little toys died in the fire. I don't know. And he's pretty mad. He's lost a couple of people due to some of your goons.
I'll be sure to rub it in his face when I see him.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think you're going to pine right back after him.
Marcus? She says with gritted teeth.
No, Damien.
I'm asking about Marcus.
Yeah, I don't know where he is. You don't think that a blood hunt well, there's not a blood hunt, but might as well be, being called on him and he wouldn't go to ground? Yeah, he's fucking gone. But I hear rumors every now and again that he's been playing with some local Malkavians.
Malkavians, huh?
Yeah, apparently that's how he likes to get down. He's seeming to have shifted gears a little bit. He wants to try to access oblivion through dreams. I don't know how that's possible, or really what oblivion really is. That's what I know. Take it or leave it.
I still think we should kill Damien.
Yeah, no shit, fucking Sherlock. Are you...
I'm not talking to you.
You're so behind the curve, Simon. Come on, get up with the program. Thought you were smart.
I'm smart. But patient. Patient.
So, Simon, are you ditching this coterie and joining fucking what's her face, the Rosa Hernanda bitch?
I just did a few jobs.
Seems like you're her new pet now.
wouldn't say that. But I suppose my success is a bit mean. But
You can say that again.
It's being too good at your job. About Brigitte, though.
What about her?
You said you knew where she was.
Yeah. You want to kill some lupines?
No.
Wasn't talking to you, princess.
Well, I'm here. Isn't that the same fucking thing?
I don't know. I kind of confused you for a lampshade.
Real funny, Jessica. Remember, the semantics of letting you feed here are very important.
Well, last I checked, she was in torpor. Some Samitsi had her, said that. Yeah, I don't know details, but when I tried to track her down because she was the only one that survived, I assumed she betrayed our little group. It turns out she's in a personal hell of her own. She'll probably be turned to a flesh creature eventually. I don't know. I mean, if you really think about it, might be do her better. She can't betray you if she's an armchair.
Yeah, but she wasn't betraying you at all.
I don't know, Simon. Seems kind of suspicious.
What seems suspicious?
Her disappearing after all of my friends are dead, and then you gallivanting around with her for like a year or something.
She didn't disappear after killing friends. She just wasn't working with you for a year.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
Your capriciousness is probably why you have few friends. Besides, helping Brigitte is in your interests.
Is it?
If you want the truth, you don't believe me. Hear from the horse's mouth. And you know,
roll me a charisma persuasion.
At my negotiation to that.
Yep.
All right. So you said charisma persuasion.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
One success. You want a willpower reroll?
Probably fruitless, but yes. At 3, right? I can reroll 3. Okay, at 3. You know,
Holy shit. You see she ponders your... Well, I'm going to roll against you. Hold on. You see she ponders those words for a while, thinking. Fine. I'll help you find your little Brigitte, but she is mine after we find her.
what in?
I need to ask her some fucking questions, Simon.
And ask her. Because she's not going to refuse people who help her out. Helping her means she owes you one.
Well, I think we're done here. See you later, Tootsie Pop. She gets up and she starts walking out.
Thoughts? Rose?
Still can't decide whether this is a dumb fucking idea or not.
I would chuckle. You know the funniest thing?
Hmm.
Kind of remind me of her. Except you went the other route, if that makes sense.
Is that supposed to be some weird kind of compliment? I don't.
I'm saying, instead of being explosive, just I think.
Now you have
I did this for you, Simon. Know that. I know you have your beef with her. I know you need to work things out.
Appreciate.
Put some trust in you that you said none of us had. But if this goes south. Shut the fuck up.
I didn't know Crimson was Canadian.
No.
All right, I'll stop.
It just goes south as my ass. I know.
Anyway, I have some choice words for Colton. I don't know about you, but I knew he knew something. I knew it. So obsessed with her, he just can't let her go.
You
I
say
take it you're walking downstairs now.
Yeah.
And as you do, you see Jessica, like, she's, like, perched up, like, kind of nose to nose with some chick, and she's, like, caressing her cheek.
As I'm, like, fiercely walking, I'll just fucking roll my eyes and keep going.
She winks at you as you walk away.
Stick my tongue out at her. Furiously walking down and bursting through the door, going up to Colton and kind of shoving him. You're a fucking liar.
Hold on, really quick, Simon. Colton, do you resist this?
Not at all.
You knew. You've known where she is this entire time.
And these words cut like a knife as you guys are coking and joking downstairs. Like, Anar, the gun goes silent. Even you two were having a very interesting conversation about like what bullets it likes, and then now it's just silent. And Hugh and Tony, as you guys are just chilling, Crimson and Simon come down here and just freaking out.
I'll go to the guns while she starts recording.
So I'll also turn around as well and just, like, yeah, I'll raise my eyebrows, but I won't say anything. I won't interrupt.
Nothing to say? Still protecting your girlfriend?
Busy protecting your ghoul, I guess.
You do remember that Colton was the one that got your ghoul out.
Should just take a deep breath and take a step back. Why? Do you just not want this to work out? Do you want... In a perfect world, Colton, you could run away with her, but it's not. We need her. And as you all know, I'd rather everyone be alive. Hand them to the prince alive. But it might not work out that way. After everything she's fucking done to me.
Oh, nice. Brownie out of 5.
Right?
Were you planning on sharing with the class this information that you knew?
I already knew how it was going to end.
So I'll put down the Browning on either like a Pelican case or like a table somewhere in this place, in this basement. I'm gonna just walk over to Colton and I'll say like, help me understand what's going on. And I'm not gonna try to interrogate you or intimidate you to going against your girlfriend, but with where you are right now, like, what do you plan to do with that, Colton, honestly?
And while this is happening, Anar is going to scry the soul on Colton for his emotional state and anything else he can glean.
Is that do you have to roll anything to resist that, or what is the mechanics on that really quick?
Yeah, so let's see, dice pools. So for me, it's intelligence and auspex versus composure and subterfuge, and then basically the difference between the two is how much information I get.
Okay.
And if it's a critical win, I get to know something special. But the main thing is I'm trying to, it's like I can see the aura in colors. And so like without asking him, I want to know like what his emotional state is.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me those two. Is it a rouse check?
It is a rouse check as well. So we'll do that first. That might be bad.
Oh yeah. You just gain a normal hunger.
Normal hunger? Okay.
Yeah.
So there's my hunger, and then intelligence and aspect. So 5 hunger, 3. Where did it go? So 2 successes for me versus whatever Colton rolls.
Yep.
What did I need to roll again?
That is come back. Composure and subterfuge.
You can willpower reroll one of those dice in our. Wait,
Yeah.
you sated one your hunger, right?
What's that?
You sated one hunger on your way out of your haven.
Yeah, so I was at 3 and I went down to 2, and so now I'm back up to 3.
Okay, gotcha.
Does the rouse check inform before the roll?
No, you're good. Yeah, it informs
Right.
before the roll. So you're
So I was at 2, I roused, failed. I'm
party
at
on.
3.
I thought you were at 2 at the beginning of the session, so that's my bad.
No.
Okay, cool. And then so whenever you're ready. 1 success. So the difference is 1. So this is gonna go. So Colton, how about you? I'll mostly leave this to you two, if you guys want. I trust the two of you to role play. What at this talk of these accusations and these what have yous.
So what Colton's feeling is a drop of shame in an ocean of apathy. So that's what Anar would feel.
And for now, Anar's keeping that to himself and just paying attention.
Really quick question. I don't think so, but here, I'll DM you really quick, Colton. Spelling is hard, apparently. Continue. And you would see the aura is like, I would imagine it being like a cool blue of like this melancholy, what he described, that apathy and that it's almost like calm waters that something is sinking deep in.
suppose this is easiest to explain to you, Tony. Exactly what you feel with Hudson, I suppose. It's the same with me and Veronica.
So what you're saying is that you know well that we're going after her. There really isn't anything you can do about it, but what you can, you will. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Leading a horse to water and all that.
Mm.
Crimson, you should have realized why I was so kind to you. A twinge of shame. I don't think anyone actually likes you. In the grand scheme of things.
I get it.
You think I like me? You think I don't realize I'm just a burden to everyone?
You're not.
Yeah, I was about to say that. My goodness.
Come
No,
on,
that's
man.
not-
Actually,
Now-
Crimson, roll me a wits composure at that statement. It's difficult. You feel your tears begin to well up, but you fight them down.
No, Rose. I don't think you're a burden. But I can understand where he's coming from. At least in response to chasing someone who doesn't want to be chased back.
I'll pipe in and continue what I was saying before, and I say, look, Colton, we're going after her no matter what. We already got our job assigned. I've got personal reasons to go after her. I understand your feelings, but I'll tell you right now, if push comes to shove, moment arrives where we're really, really close, and you end up defending her. It's nothing personal, Colton. I hope you understand. And I'll just narrow my eyes down at him, threateningly. Do you understand?
Well, we all have to slaughter our little lambs, but I don't all have to feel the pain.
All right. And then walk
Sorry.
on back. And I'll walk on back over to the Browning, and then just just go look over it, and then see if there's anything else that's cool I can find.
Crimson, while this is all happening, you feel a shiver as you know thoughts of Damien, whatever he did to you. His blood is
Go up.
coursing through your undead veins. I'm not sure if there's a sensation of disgust.
There would be, yes. Deep sense of disgust. So kind of just hold herself.
Rose. You remember I told you before? First met. The only reason I'm here. Not I'm headlong into death. It's not as straightforward, I suppose. Yeah, how you feel too. But I wonder, all of you, is it simply probably just follow orders and everything will be all right? Is that really how we think this is gonna go?
It's never that easy.
Completely ignoring Simon, I'm just gonna go up and put my hand on Crimson's shoulder. Like, give her a nod. Crimson, I want you to know something.
What?
I'd still rather hang out with you than Simon. Any night.
Wanting to laugh, but can't under the weight of the circumstances.
Any single night of the week, I would rather go pick up hot MILFs with you and dirty, dingy goth boys than hang out with him.
As I'm looking through the pelican cases, I'm like, you're fucking disgusting, Hugh.
What I do with those MILFs is disgusting, Tony. I am not. I shower.
This is my face.
Looking at the ground, still deep in emotion, she'll peer up through her lashes at Cole.
On that note, it's my time to leave.
Going somewhere, Simon.
I'm not needed here.
You got something you gotta do?
Please don't answer. Head on up.
Trots at your side.
You know, Colton, as much as I want them all dead, if you would have just said something. Who knows?
Colton's giving you the Principal Skinner pathetic look right now.
As I'm shuffling through the boxes, I'll chime in and say, you know what, Colton, I actually don't blame you. You love this woman, don't you?
Let's just say what I borrowed from her I can't give back.
Chase. Fucking poet. Well, you already know how I feel about it.
What's Anar been doing?
So still listening, but he'd kind of seat himself back by his gun again, and would kind of start talking to it, be like, you know, I'll never hold anything back from you. We can talk to each other freely. No, this group is complex, but we'll just keep listening. It's fine. It's fine.
And something that breaks your undead heart. There's no response.
What did I do? No, I got the wrong ones. And so he'll have like bullets lined up in different sizes, and he's just gonna like sweep them all into his arm and start diving into crates and bringing back other stuff to like try and get it to talk to it again, putting shotgun shells in front of it. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna say you're seeing him almost like try to fit a 45 ACP into the 9mm.
I would hear this noise, and I would like shake my head. I would just walk over with like walk slow with a magazine of 9mm. Just I'll let him do his thing until I get there.
yeah, and like getting a little frustrated, being like, they just cleaned you. You're all wet. I don't need to do it again right now, do I? I thought What's enough? But and like getting a little frustrated at this point. But
Yeah, it's just silence. To you, it just feels like a brick. It's
Yeah,
heavy.
with my hand with that 9mm magazine, I'm just like tap his shoulder and we're like, these ones. Yeah.
I'll snatch it, right, and immediately try and like chamber it, lock the slide.
Roll me a dexterity firearms, Anar. If it's really bad.
This is going to be bad, probably.
I taught him the rules, didn't I?
Oh yeah.
The gun goes off.
You never sounded like that before. You angry?
That'll kind of shake Crimson out of her.
Yeah, I was to say this is a very enclosed space. That gunshot is loud as fuck.
Out of her melancholy and thoughts. That's not a word. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, I thought just crossed my head. I'm just gonna slug. I'm just gonna slug an arm across the cheek, the face, like that a ways.
Are you gonna hit him hard?
No, but enough to like get him off balance. Actually, you know what? That's not Italian enough. I feel like I should just like slap him.
The slap, the 5-finger salute.
Yeah, just slap him. Just slap him face. And then like give.
Hand it over. Can you make it talk to me again?
No. Give.
Right, and like the dead rat again, he'll kind of like pick it up and hold it out to him.
And then I'll clear it again. And then this time, like, I'll be sure to like keep the stuff far away where my table is, next to the Browning.
Just keep it separate. That one is for me. Okay.
Simon, you did say you'd come back down after the gunshot.
Yeah.
Would you come down in a hurry?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Simon races down.
And as I see Nart, you're telling the guy.
Yeah, just looking like a kid that had his lollipop stolen, right? He's just shattered inside.
You really need to teach that man how to use a weapon.
Yeah, I already fucking did. He doesn't pay attention.
Of course. Well, before I go, thanks for being a good friend, Rose. And the rest of you, anything else?
I'm gonna
Stay
pull
safe,
Crimson
Humphrey.
into a hug.
I just tell Simon, hey, stay safe out there. We'll see each other again.
Or not. But, yeah. Leave again.
Yeah, as you do, wiping her mouth a little, Jessica will approach you, start walking out with you. What's going on there, Scarface? You're looking a little down in the dumps. Is your coterie not? Are the vampires not what you thought they were? Are they heartless? Do they bully you?
It doesn't matter.
You see she gives a pained expression, seeing that maybe this is a bit more serious than she initially thought. You know, part of me really doesn't give a single fuck about you, Simon.
The part of you does.
For all your flaws, you are good.
Say the same about you.
about we blow this popsicle stick? And maybe, she whispers, like, in hushed tones, how about as soon as Crimson leaves, we totally vandalize her gallery? I got some spray paint. Come on, you know it would be funny.
Nah, she's actually the alright one.
You're no fun.
I know where you live, some game.
Hey, who's that Malkavian fuck that was hanging around Crimson?
Why does it matter? Curious.
He just looks familiar. I don't know if I've seen him before.
Anar?
I don't know. I know I his face doesn't look like I remember him. But like I don't know, something about him. Not sure if you can trust him, Simon. Personally, I think you should try to find your own way.
Personally,
No, there's one thing that you could do to make this all up to me. If you do this, we'll be square.
what's that? Just
And fuck, I'll even help you find Brigitte. For sure. We kill your hunter friends.
no.
We off them. Why not?
Okay, Jessica, stop and think for a moment. You have lupines. You have desperate vampires. You have a group of hunters who distract both parties. You have your own means. Why mess up the flow? Let things be. You can get your stuff done without any issues.
It's not about that, Simon. It's about the statement of the thing. You help me kill your hunter buddies, and we're square. We're good, you and I. But until that day, you're on my fucking shit list, Simon.
Well, you're not the only one with a statement to make, Jessica. Because I killed Hudson without their help, and they're there to watch me do it. That's me proving they were wrong. Trust me.
You're gonna try to kill Hudson on your own?
Without their help, at least.
You know. Secondary offer. You help me storm Hudson's building. Kill her where she lives.
Bold statement, and I suggest you reconsider that one this time.
Fuck right off, Simon.
You know a tally?
Tally ho? Tally ho my RPG into his face? Yeah.
You know.
I don't care how tough of a kindred you are. You take a fucking bazooka to the face, you're gonna fucking bite it, and not in the good way.
So you know what Hudson is now.
I mean, her business is suffering this random bullshit.
You mean that's opportunity then? Technically, her family's business. You leverage that and take your resources right up underneath her feet.
No. My dad was under her thumb. He probably signed off everything to her. Killed him a few months ago.
Did your own dad?
He wasn't my dad anymore. Never was my dad. You know, it didn't take much for Hudson. She saw a little 3-year-old me. Scooped me up. Groomed me to be a fucking kindred. I'm sure you wonder, oh, Jessica's fucking unhinged. She's fucking crazy. Well, you know what?
Actually, I
She
don't
brought
think-
this crazy on herself. And I'm gonna burn Hudson to the fucking ground if it leads to my final death. Her, Tony, and this tally ho fuck. Everyone. Oh, Jessica, you can't kill a lupine, they said. Look at me now. I say we burn. First, we take her. Then, we burn down Tony. Kill him. Then, we burn down this fucking stupid ass club.
You know, Tony's the only reason you're here still, you know?
Yeah, fuck Tony. He's just as bad. He's just a dog. You would know something about that, wouldn't you, Simon? Look, I'm sorry. Too far. All I'm saying is that these friends of yours, it's all bullshit. All of it. 90% bullshit. Maybe there's like 10% of actually them giving a fuck. But tell me, Simon, how have they treated you as a previous hunter?
Everyone blames me for everything.
So fuck them. Come join the fucking Cortez party. We got bazookas.
Luke?
Yeah, let's just say he's my little pet. And I'm sure he would say the same about me.
You're fair. I don't think the group really cared too much about Luke.
So what do you say? You want to burn some shit?
Leaving these guys alone for now.
We can start with a little arson here if you want.
Leave Rose alone. She gave you a place to feed.
Psst. You really believe that load of shit?
She's honest.
Too honest. It's gonna get her killed.
I mean, you both share that trait.
Difference is I got the metal to back it up.
I'm more like the ego.
Whatever. How about you reach out to me when you actually grow a pair, and we'll talk then.
You said something about lupins earlier. What happened to that?
I'll get to them.
Did I see the Hudson building here?
Yeah, you would.
And I'll just point to it. That right there, Jessica. That's where I want it all to end. Where it began.
Yeah, now you're fucking speaking my language. But not yet. Still need to be some preparations.
Need to draw them all out. Colt, Hudson, lupins, maybe even the hunters.
So here's my plan. We have to kill what's his fucking name? The dude, the ninja boy. We need to kill him first. Then
Ninja boy.
yeah, she has that one fucking Banu Hakim fuck.
Yes. You mean Amir?
Yeah, we need to kill him first. Cut off her eyes. Then we go after Lucas. Lucas Vandal. One of her other little suppliers of information. Aventru. Kill him. Then we can siege Hudson's. But we have to do it quick after Lucas. Really quick. Because once Lucas and Amir, you said his name is? Once those two are gone, Hudson's going to be tripping balls.
He's already there.
No, I mean she's going to be freaking out.
No one to hide behind anymore.
Well, think about it like this. Jax isn't going to back her up after the shit that I pulled.
And if you attack this point, she won't really have opportunity to mend that poor reputation of hers.
Oh, I missed a step. After we kill Amir and then Lucas, the Vandals, we kill Tony.
Give Tony B.
No, he is just as much of a dog. He needs to die too. And until you can get that through your fucking thick skull, we got nothing to talk about.
Just I'm a level with you. You were right. But you were also wrong.
What you said literally means nothing.
You want to do these things. You're not wrong to. Just stop and think. Kill Tony. What does that do for you?
It gets a piece off the board, Simon.
At the board. At this point, you really can mend things just because and become his her loyal dog again?
He already is. You just don't see it. If she called him, he would come running. And with that, she turns and she walks away. Call me when you're serious, Simon. And it's there that we end our vampire session for now. All right. Pros, cons, favorite moment. Well, so what we normally do is we open it up for chat. Give me what you liked about this, the session, what you didn't like about the session, and if you give me something that you don't like, then give me a way to improve it, and then so pros, cons, what your favorite moment was, and then where you immersed and what you're most looking forward to. Chat, feel free to dig your teeth in there. Do whatever. And yeah, we'll start if we have any volunteers. If anyone wants to go first.
Okay, so pros. I like being able to visually see my dice now. That's pretty cool. I do appreciate that. Took some figuring out, but I think I figured it out. What else? Really immersed. Yeah, I could visually see in my mind's eye, the basement and all the cash in the Pelican cases, tables and guns, and oh gosh, I was reminded of something really bad when you're role playing in the Glock, and I'm like, have you seen like snippets of like Japan making like doujinshis of like what are those helicopters with the two propellers? Actually, no, the Ospreys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made a doujinshi of Ospreys. I'm like, why would you do that, Japan? Why would you do that? I'm not gonna explain any further. Someone in the audience knows. But no, that was enjoyable too. I felt emotionally invested in all the scenes. And it's like, I think personally, I think at this point in time, like, it's strange. It's almost new. As if Tony is his interactions, like he's not that delinquent anymore. He's more calm and like reserved and like actually taking his time to like be careful about what he does and what he says. So yeah, I appreciate growing into that. What I look forward to most, catching up on to Simon and seeing if he lets me know about any of this stuff that he's talked about with Jessica about. Yeah, I won't speak any more about that because that's just gonna be story content. Yeah, that's all I got.
Sounds good. Any other volunteers?
Yeah, I can go. So pros. It was a fun session. I liked how people started splitting off to go into other rooms, and how there was basically people talking about each other. So players are hearing this, but characters don't know. So that's always fun to kind of have that intrigue that's set up. Also, pros. You all let Anar play with guns. That was awesome. Cons. The gun stopped talking, and well, let's just say I got an idea for how to get it to talk again. That could be fun later. So we'll see if that happens. Most looking forward to, I guess the other con was I was hoping to talk to Colton a little bit about his invitation, because I'm interested in trying to learn about this cult, and so that kind of fell apart. But yeah, most looking forward to at this point is like trying to get out there and stir some shit up a little bit and try the stakeout, or see if maybe I can crash this cult party with Colton or something like that, and start learning more details about the world. So that's it for me.
Favorite moment, people.
Oh yeah, what was your really quick? What was your favorite moment?
I really wanted to
Or-
pet Simon after he turned.
No, yeah.
And you stopped me, but like I guess that's fine because now I still have both my hands, so that's good.
Listen, Anar, I wanted to do it too, but my character was distracted.
Uh-huh.
Let's say my favorite moment was like as soon as the door closed, like Crimson was like, "Cut the crap, Jessica. What do you want?" So that's such a like stark scene tragedy. Okay, so this is our gallery. This is the things we got. These are the people. All right, welcome into my office. Cut the crap, Jessica. What the fuck you want?
I'm glad that came through. That's what I was going for.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, Anar, you went, right?
Yep, I went.
Cool. And who wants to go next?
Yeah, fine. I'll go next. Pros, cons, favorite moments. Cons. I'm tired, but not sleepy. Those are the worst feeling.
Vampire can be exhausting.
Not even that. It's just before that. But anyways, pros. The division between the groups is very apparent now.
Such as vampire.
Yeah, even more so now. Kind of like how it feels like everyone has their agenda for the group. It's kind of getting more expressed lately.
Hell yeah.
But
what else you got?
I see you, Hugh. Trying to rub some salt into. That was good. My favorite moment.
Oh yeah.
Maybe Colton's reaction to being called up. I think that was very insightful for his character, at least. And that's all for me.
All right. I think we still have Colton, Crimson, and Hugh, right?
Yep.
Send it, whichever one wants to go.
I'll do it. Fuck it. Pros, cons, favorite moment. Pros. A lot of memes in this episode. I especially appreciated the pathetic one from Simpsons. That was great. I enjoyed that. I thought it was a fun session. It was good, really role play heavy session, which I tend to like more. So good. Cons. Honestly, no real cons. I liked the session a lot. I feel like we all got moments. And then favorite moment, I really did like watching Crimson interact with Jessica. That was fun. And yeah, Anar talk. You steal a scene, man. Every single scene you're in, it's just perfect. Like with those guns and like lining up the bullets and trying to like make it happy. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
All right. Crimson.
Pros, cons, favorite moment. Pros, I was really immersed. Music was good. Cons, I wish I would have heard a little more from Hugh. But there was a lot going on. And everybody was split up, so I get it. Oh, another pro. The setup looks amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, tech support again. Favorite moment. Honestly, talking to Jessica was fun, but the whole conversation with Colton and Crimson gave me a very visceral reaction. I almost started tearing up IRL. Yeah, it was good.
When was that?
When Colton and I were talking.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's been leading up for a while now.
Yeah.
All right. Did you have anything else?
Nope.
All right. Finish us off, Colton.
Cons? I don't know. Maybe a bit of scene-specific music, but it was good, so I'm kind of grasping at straws, trying to find a con, but that's about it. Pros, yeah, all the roleplay was good, and even though there were meany moments of humor, it kind of didn't clash too much tonally, which I found to be a little interesting. Pros, everyone's got a bit of character development. It's great. I liked how you latched onto Simon's going off in his own path and having him talk to Jessica, which is good. I had another con actually. I was a little torn with giving Simon the invitation, but I felt that Anar would probably want to talk to it. Thinking about that now, that's meta knowledge. That's something I guessed myself. So my bad.
No, you're good.
Yeah, pros. Love the roleplay from everyone. That's good.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
What was your favorite moment?
Man, I don't know. I enjoyed intimidating Sean, but as you said, it was a roleplay heavy session, and everyone had good roleplay. So I guess the whole thing was great.
Yeah.
So that's my answer. My favorite moment was the 3 hours we spent.
Fuck yeah.
Most looking forward to, I don't know, seeing how Anar fits into this a little bit. I was a little mad when Jessica asked about Anar and then didn't drop a bombshell, just kind of asked. So I'm very upset with you.
Smooches. All right. So I'll do pros, cons, favorite moment. Pros, fucking the setup fucking worked like a fucking charm. Again, pat our tech support on the shoulder, because goddamn was this slick as fuck. And yeah, it was really cool. Man, everyone was really into their characters, and I really enjoy that when everyone's kind of like firing on all cylinders. It's always a good time. Yeah, it's super cool when that happens. Favorite moments, man. Simon, kind of like listening to the almost the intrusive thought of like letting Jessica back into his life. That's always fun. Jessica kind of poking at him. That was good. Let's see here. Yeah, and then Tony, you just casually taking the gun away from Anar was probably and slapping him for like the negligent discharge. That was freaking awesome. Very fun there. Hugh, man, Honestly, it's probably when you hugged Crimson. And you like tried to comfort her a little bit. Yeah, that was really cool. Colton, your reaction when the dialogue between you and Crimson when being confronted, that was. But I also really liked the tension of like I didn't know whether or not you were gonna kill Sean or not. I was like, oh, that did not go the way I thought it would, but hell yeah, I love that. Crimson, you and Jessica's banter, just fucking, that was fun. That was really fun. And then Anar, I'd actually have to say the opening session, the opening part of your aspect when we saw what your haven looked like and what was going on in there. That was a highlight for me. Yeah, and then let's see here. I think I said for everyone. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, what I'm most looking forward to. You guys going into the sewers and the labyrinth and torturing you guys. It's gonna be great. I'll love that. Yeah. So now I'll kind of address chat here real quick. Does anyone play Final Fantasy like 14? I didn't think so.
Thought about doing it, but I haven't got into it yet.
Yeah, no, none of it. So apparently, Catboy Air talked about someone in a Final Fantasy stream, or Final Fantasy whatever, claims it was on the stream and they were toxic as fuck. So I wanted to see if they were actually a streamer. I got the impression they are not. This seems like a D&D stream, ? No, this is actually a, you're close though. It's Vampire the Masquerade. It's like D&D. It takes place in modern day, and it's dark. It's like the edgy boy, like modern day vampires doing vampire shit. A lot of politicking, a lot of role play, social combat, and physical. And your feedback about, let's see here. The lady on the right with the blue background, your makeup is on point. I love it so much, and your hair too. Gentleman below her, I love your lighting, near professional. I can tell that you actually care about your appearance. Love it. And then claimed that it was too dark to see everyone else. So, well, I guess we'll fix the lighting. I personally don't like light in my face. I get really bad migraines, so that's why I don't do it. But yeah, that's just me. And then Panicked Mouse. I love the interactions between Anar and the guns. Also, cannons are better than bazookas. Thank you for another great stream. No session. Thank you for showing up. But yeah, no. We Catboy Air. We have our. We'll have our. If you want to show kind of us some love and you want to see kind of where we're at in the story a little bit more, you can go to our YouTube. We'll have a backlog of like the quote unquote prologue of this season, because I was an idiot and like and I don't do tech very well, so there was some problems with season 1 recording that and putting it on here. That's on me. But season 2, the kind of like the prologue to that, the little argument that was there, that's on YouTube, and as well as the session after that, last week's session. And then yeah, this will be on YouTube hopefully tomorrow. So if you want to subscribe to us, please do. Give us a follow, give us the bell, and all that weird social media stuff that I'm not really too familiar with. Give us a follow. Tell your friends, anyone who's interested in Vampire the Masquerade streams, or in general, like tabletop actual plays, check us out. Yeah, and we like to have fun here. But the follows do help. Eventually, yeah, and if we hit 100, I will be wearing fake titties on stream.
You're gonna have to wear a nice dress with that, man.
I don't know about all that. Person in question showed up They responded. Person in question showed up in a story mission and was pressured new players into skipping scenes, which can't actually be done, and just overall was being an awful person. I'm very glad they're not actually a part of this. I'm sharing your link where I can. I can't promise anything. I do have a few communities. Give you one or two. Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, we're you like to, despite what our what happens in game, we're actually fairly wholesome people.
Fairly
Except-
wholesome.
Except for maybe Colton.
He's Australian. It's
Yeah, he's
fine.
Australian.
That doesn't count, man.
Wow.
Say again. Yeah, go for it. Yeah. Please, like, everyone, show some love to Rachel in our YouTube. You can show her how much, like, 'cause honestly, the upped production value of the show is all thanks to her. All the dice, all that took a lot of effort from her, and she's actually really made me want to level up my game to make sure I'm putting in the same amount of effort that she is for the tech side. So again, hats off to her. She did.
Thank you. I'm glad everyone liked it. I'm glad.
Yeah,
It is.
and like I said, our YouTube is in the link, all that fun stuff, and there'll be another show here happening on Wednesdays, probably a little later on at night. Follow us on Instagram. I sometimes post there. I'm really bad at it. I'll get better, but yeah. Thanks everyone for the follows. We went up like almost 10 today, I think, because goddamn. So
Let's
Rachel,
go.
all that belongs to Rachel. I'm gonna have that in my head because goddamn. But anyway, enough stroking each other off. Some of us are tired, and so we're gonna sign out. Please go ahead and watch. This will be on our VOD for a little while, and then it'll eventually be on YouTube. So we're signing off, everyone. Thank you so much. And music credits. Almost forgot. Thing of donate. Do it only if you can. Every little bit helps. Is there a Discord? We might once we reach 100, we might talk about that. We might talk about opening up a Patreon and having a bit of a Discord if you want to chat with us, if you guys want to do that. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Right now we're still we've only been doing this for about a year, so we're still kind of training wheels are kind of off now, and we're kind of ramping shit up. So yeah, check us out. We'll definitely maybe do some Discord stuff for the shows and all the upcoming shows. And if you want to talk, or maybe once a month we can do like a hangout thing. As long as none of y'all are super fucking toxic, then otherwise get out of here. But anyway, no, you look great. You look great. But on that note, we'll be signing off here. Have a good night, everyone. Deuce.